Good afternoon and welcome. Welcome indeed, yes, to another edition of the Mark Moses Show podcast, as we're always broadcasting live from the Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Take back control of your life. Call them today. This is very key. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733. It's Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorneys, official studio sponsor of the Mark Moses Show. And you get more details on my website at markmosesshow.com. Let's go to this fine gentleman. He does a great job with 500 different publications. I don't know how he does it. He is Kyle Nash. All right. The Twitter on the thing says the SOTH.
SOTG for the student of the game, boss.
Oh, I apologize. I was sick as a dog yesterday. I'm trying to get over whatever I had. Maybe it was just the flu of beating the Commanders on Monday Night Football, but I will take it. Kyle, how you doing today, buddy?
I was hoping it's because you were partying that victory way too much. That's what I was hoping for. But
I wish, dude. Okay, here's what happened. In case you just woke up from a coma like I have, it seriously was like I was not feeling well Monday night. I was not, and if there was no game on, I would have been like, all right, we're going to bed at like about 7:30. I don't care. I'm exhausted, but I'm like, no. I have waited 12 months for this game. 12 months. I am not going to sleep. And I knew it was going to kill me. Dude, I could not go to sleep after that win. And then when I woke up about 8 o'clock Tuesday morning, I'm like, no, this is not going to happen. No way. Nope. So, what we learned through the pandemic is you can work from home. So that's why I know I still look terrible, but hey, a win's a win. How are you doing, Kyle?
I mean, I'm glad to say I'm not in a current place of avoiding patient zero. I imagine that's coming soon as we get into November, December, and Magic and UCF basketball start. So, there's all that. But for now, I am surviving. Thank you for checking in, sir.
All right. I texted you this morning. This is very mean what I'm going to say. And I feel bad because I root for the program. Where's UCF football? We're in the middle of a season. I know you're at every game. You're covering every game. You're breaking down every game. They're irrelevant. I'm sorry. Right now, they're Central Florida. They don't have a conference win. I get they have 3 wins. Most of those against cupcakes. But, what? Now, I know Scott Frost warned everyone at his press conference, hey, we're not going 12-0. But, dude, what's going on with this program right now? Are they going to go to a bowl game? What's morale? I'm throwing 50 questions at you. What is it like right now for UCF football?
And listen, if I were being just as glib as you were, my response would be asked and answered. I've been warning you out there, Night Nation, that this could be what happens with UCF, right? And you mentioned the 3-0 start to the cupcakes in question. It was awkward for me taking my blood sugar after those games for my diabetes, right? It was the whole thing. So that being said, not often you get to do the diabetes humor, by the way. Anyways, with all that in mind, here's the thing. The biggest struggles for UCF has been the penalties column, right? If you want the actual football reason, that's where it begins and ends. Mark Moses, when I tell you that in 2 individual drives in the football game against Cincinnati, they amassed 36 plays. Cincinnati had the ball only 48 times. That is dominant offense in any form, but they didn't score the damn football. That's the problem. And that's the phrase I coined with Eric Lopez and Stevie B on the Night Shift podcast in the instant reaction. Score the damn football. And they just didn't do that. If they stopped shooting themselves in the foot, if they were actually getting the ball into the end zone, or at least through the uprights in some cases, this would be a different scenario. That Cincinnati game was closer than I thought it would be. And I could even make the argument that it was, in fact, winnable with what they were doing. I mean, 40 minutes time of possession almost is insane for an offense to contain. It feels like just 2 years ago, when Malzahn was around here and that group was just getting used to the Big 12. I know they've been there for 3 years. It was year 2 the expectations came, right? And we were seeing the opposite thing happen, right? The defense was on the field too long. UCF's defense is amazing. Let's start there. But the offense, we expected limited quarterback play just because of, the world of the revolving door of the portal, right? Which, by the way, side note, Cam Fancher had the single best quarterback performance in a game this past week against Cincinnati. I know that sounds weird. We can get into that later if you want. But then also on top of that, The defense is here. The offense is taking control. It's all the penalties, man. That's what it boils down to.
How many points did UCF score in this football game?
12. So yeah,
no, it's not that. That's a loss. Look, again, my expectations were very low for this team, but like, you got to give me something. You got to give me something from the Sam. Throw me a bone. I know I sound like Dr. Evil when I say
me a freaking bone here.
Throw me a bone. What's exciting? So you said, all right, penalties are killing this team.
Mm-hmm.
Offense, we're not sure. The defense is that the one exciting part? Like, okay, they've come to play this year. Is that what
absolutely? I mean, this defense has been fantastic. The D tackles have done their job on the edge. I feel like Nigel Kelly and Malachi Lawrence have done a better job containing the mobile quarterbacks. Certainly compared to last year. Alex Grinch has done things with this group, Mark Moses. If you're a UCF fan, you should be excited for everything that's going. For all the national media slamming him and for all this, well, hey, by the way, I said 12 points for UCF. It was 11. I had to double check. I forgot that.
You're being nice. So. You're embellishing the story. That's what you're doing. Okay. Who's the quarterback of this team moving forward?
We don't really know yet, do we? That's the issue, right? And we've been saying this going into it. I even remember analyzing the press conference by Scott Frost after a summer practice, right? One of the first scrimmages. Hey, coach, what did you think? Boy, on goal line, that defense was cracking pads really hard. If that's the lead, when you have a 3-quarterback race, you're already in trouble. But yeah, it's between Taven Jackson and Cam Fancher. The good news is the gap between them is less than I would have thought. The bad news is they still haven't been able to produce explosive offense yet, to your point. Now, there are some things that are worthy of being pointed out. Cincinnati is actually a pretty good defense. They were having issues with penalties, and then the opportunities where UCF could have connected on a longer ball, and Cincinnati defensive backs were draped thoroughly illegally face guarding, there was no call. So between those three things, they couldn't be explosive against Cincinnati. Maybe they could do more with that with a West Virginia team that's struggling.
What do you think of this matchup then against the Mountaineers?
I don't like using this phrase, but I think this is one where our good friend Eric Lopez is right. If the goal is, which I had UCF making a bowl game with a 6-6, just like in 2016, who Scott Frost also says this team right now looks like 2016, right? This game is a must win if for that bowl experience to take place. This is one of the ones they had to check off, right? Now, going into the year, it looked like Cincinnati would be easier. West Virginia might be a struggle. Those two teams have flip-flopped. That's the good news, right? All the injuries that West Virginia is dealing with. Cincinnati coming out of nowhere with their O-line playing particularly well. I feel like this game has to be taken to assure that bowl game possibility for eligibility is still truly in play.
Are you excited about this game this weekend?
I mean, I'm excited because it's football, but this isn't one of the ones you have circled on the calendar. Those Mountaineers, when it comes to entertainment, barely keep their family fed. See what I did there? So yes. with all that in mind, there's so many injuries on the West Virginia side. As much as tempered expectations should exist for Night Nation, this feels like a game where you are perfectly within your rights to lose your entire mind if they lose this football game. I will say that.
You know what I like? This is the first time since I've transitioned to doing this full video. I threw that question at you, and I saw your facial expression. And I'm sorry I asked you that question out of left field, but it's a valid question.
Definitely.
I feel like UCF needs this win this weekend. They need some juice. Mm-hmm. They need to get the engine revving again, where the fan base is excited about this program. I think it's a low right now. Right now, look, you look at Florida State, look at Florida. Everything is down with morale. Unless you're a Hurricanes fan, what are you really rooting for right now if you're a college football fan? I know South Florida's ranked also, and it appears they always play on Friday night now for some reason. I don't get that.
Welcome to the American, Mark Moses.
It is, but it's like UCF, and I want your thoughts on this. Mm-hmm. Don't you feel like the Knights, they need some juice. They need a big win to get things exciting again there at the Bounce House.
Sure. And I think the best opportunity for that might be in the space game here in a few more weeks. But, you got to stack the ones that you should win first and then start, turning in those big wins. I'm with you. The Cincinnati game would have been nice. Like I said earlier, they outperformed what I expected. I expect the spread at one point in the week for Cincinnati, I think it was 13.5. It got down to 10.5. I don't know why, but I would have put it at 17.5 myself. So that should tell you how I thought they were actually going to fare against Cincinnati. And listen, I spoke with Cam Kinney on Monday at the press conference for football before I also did UCF Hoops Media Day as well. And Cam Kinney, one of the offensive linemen, the guard, he smiled big when I said, I know we talked about penalties, but 36 plays on the field and 2 drives. What does that show in dominance? And, just as a fellow O-lineman, he knew what I meant. And it was very fun for sure.
Okay, here's the schedule. We're here with Kyle Nash talking UCF football. So like you said, West Virginia at home, 1 o'clock with the kick. Mm-hmm. Then you're off. Then you're at Baylor to kick off November. That's 11-1. Then this is the space game against Houston. Is that what that's what it should be?
They finally came around and did it correctly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Houston, I mean, not Houston. Yeah.
then there's a game November 15th at Texas Tech. Red Raiders are fantastic. They're 7th in the country right now.
Yeah, they got what they paid for, Mark Moses.
Yeah, right. Then Oklahoma State at home, and there will be no, I'm a man, I'm 40. He's not there anymore. So we'll see what happens there. Then at BYU, who's 15th in the country. You want to get the 6 wins and get to the playoff. I'm sorry.
Easy there, Mark Moses.
My brain's thinking too much NFL football. Okay. You want this team. I'll do this quick one more time. So you have West Virginia at home, at Baylor, Houston space game at home, at Texas Tech, who's ranked in the top 10, Oklahoma State at home, at BYU, who's ranked 15. They got 3 wins right now. They need 3 more to get to a bowl game. Can they win 3 more games?
West Virginia, Houston, Oklahoma State. Yeah.
All right. So that's what you're going with. You just went with your gut. Say that one more time. What are the 3 wins for you?
West Virginia, Houston, Oklahoma State. And for the record, I didn't have West Virginia, but like I said, I'm flopping Cincinnati, West Virginia there. Preseason, I had Houston and Oklahoma State both as dubs. No disrespect to the mullet Mike Gundy. I didn't know he was going to get fired, but I knew they would struggle.
If they get to the 6 wins, and that's 3 conference wins in the Big 12, okay? Year 1 with Scott Frost, 6-6, go to a bowl game. Are you sold? You will take that for year 1.
Absolutely. And that's been the train I've been on since August, Mark, right? The purpose for this season for Scott Frost is improvement, just like it was in 2016. And I have a feeling, just like in 2016, a Cure Bowl berth could be what they finish with.
The Cure Bowl played at Orlando City Soccer Stadium, correct?
At Exploria Stadium, correct.
Which will also have spring football now with the, what were they called? The
Orlando Storm. Previously the Guardians, now, well, that was the XFL, and now it's the Orlando Storm, yes.
So more football will be coming to Exploria Stadium, and you want the 6-6 Knights, like they did in 2016, you want them playing in the Cure Bowl, and that you will put your stamp of approval on that. You will.
I mean, I would rather do that than go on a plane, Mark Moses. I'll put it that way.
No, I don't. Look, dude, I don't blame you. Kyle Nash joining me here on the Anidjar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. We're talking UCF football. Like he said, yes, they have West Virginia coming up 1 o'clock. I think the Mountaineers have won a couple times now at the Bounce House as well. I know they have. So,
well, and those are better teams. And hey, listen, there's at least one running back that I'm now covering with the Jacksonville Jaguars in Bashaw Tootin. That was a factor in those games as well. So
what a name, by the way.
Bashaw Tootin. Absolutely. Try spelling it. I got to remember there's 2 H's in it. Anyways.
No, don't worry. People screw up my name. How to spell it. Don't worry. All right. Let's go to the NFL. You brought up the Jaguars.
I did.
Look, gigantic win on Monday Night Football against the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
And then you lay 12 points against, and the Seahawks are a good team. What happened on Sunday, buddy, in the loss? That should have been momentum, and that should have been a win.
Listen, the summary version, the O-line had their worst game of the year. Period, point blank, end of story. I know people in well, Tyson Campbell got traded and the defense wasn't right. No. Stop. The defense held Seattle to 20 points. They did their job.
Yeah.
The defensive strategy was, okay, Jackson Smith Nigba beat me. And he did. So so that's what was the one issue. But even despite giving up a couple big plays to him, he had a 162-yard day. Great day if you're a fantasy owner for Smith and Nigba there. But if you're trying to contain him, that did not go well. But that being said, still only gave up 20 points with that happening, with Devin Lloyd being nicked up, all of that. This offense was anemic. That's the team that scored 12 points, and they left so many on the board. And I won't even get into Cam Little missing kicks suddenly. He was a legend in the making, hitting a 70-yarder and, 250-something yard chip shots in a preseason game. Now he's missing extra points and, further in opportunities. Granted, the one he missed in the fourth quarter against Seattle was in the 50s. I think it was a 52-yarder. So that's not a chip shot. I'm not going to necessarily bang the table for that, but it's becoming a trend that fourth quarter misses happen, right? I think in 3 of the games played so far, he has fourth quarter misses. That's problematic. And the O-line had their worst game of the year. I can't stress that enough.
Okay, so through 6 games, it's kind of funny. It's a bad loss, but it's not a division or conference loss.
I keep hearing that thrown around. Oh, it's such a bad loss. It may be a game you thought you should have won. True. Yeah. But the real damage ain't there, right? If the Colts weren't, which, by the way, the Colts is the biggest mystery in the league right now. Can we talk about how drunk the NFL is? But
okay, so I will say, all right, so you are 4-2.
Mm-hmm.
If you are a Jaguars fan, you will take that. If I told you 4-2, no one had the Colts going 5-1, best record. Like if we started the playoffs today, the AFC would go through Indianapolis. And that Daniel Jones would be comeback player of the year, maybe an MVP candidate. And the craziest stat, and I can't wait till these two teams play each other. Through 6 games, they have scored the most points ever in the history of the Colts. And you think of all those teams with Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck, and I don't know, Johnny Unitas, you could throw that out there as well. Shocking. But look, I know we were talking UCF with the record. Hey, you're 4-2. You take that, right? If you're the 100%. Jaguars.
Yeah, and I mean, on the Duval dive, Travis and I talked about 2-4 would have been the expectation in 3 weeks, possibly, as something that you would at least be happy with. The Jags' schedule after the trip to London this weekend, facing the Rams, big Cohen, Jimmy Stone's James Gladstone match of the old team there, right? But after that game, the schedule gets significantly easier, right? You still got another game against the Texans who were floundering. There's still the 2 Titans games left on the schedule. I'm with you that the Colts game will be interesting with the Jags because overall, in my mind, they've only really played one defense that I'm even relatively impressed with.
You mean the Colts offense?
The Colts offense is right, has only played one defense I'm impressed with. Like if they were an SEC team, all the college folks out there would be complaining about the Colts getting a cupcake schedule. That's what would be happening. But since it's Danny Dimes and we didn't expect it, it's all impressive that, good God, I couldn't find 5 wins on the schedule for the Colts in the preseason, Mark Moses.
Well, they found them. They did.
Yeah, they said, here you go, Kyle.
And look, give credit to that coaching staff.
Oh, for sure.
I feel bad saying this as a guy that covers the Gators. Dumping Anthony Richardson was the smartest move that organization made. Admitting they made a mistake, going with Danny Dimes. Hey, now look, they're not going to go 16-1. Like that's not good. There's no way that's going to happen. But hey, they're in the driver's seat. They are. I will throw it out there then. I know this is cliche talk. I think it's a must-win for the Jaguars on Sunday. You cannot lose. Look, the Rams are a good team. I know. Well, you think like, oh, I get your face there where it's like, okay, well, no. They better show up. You cannot score 12 points again. I think you got to win. I think this is going to be a game where Brian Thomas Jr.'s got to show up. I got to see more from the rookie, the Heisman Trophy winner, who showed flashes on Monday Night Football against the Chiefs. I need more of that. And you're right, the O-line. Pass protect for the guy with the golden hair. Pass protect him. Give him time.
Yeah, no, 100%. And to BTJ's credit, I know everybody can't stop talking about his first 4 weeks, but in the past couple, he's had some, actually, I should say the past 3, because he opened the game with the 49ers with an amazing catch, and he's kind of built since there. Did he have a drop in the game against the Seahawks late? Yes, he did, but that was the only issue, I feel like, in the past 3 weeks that we've really seen from BTJ. I feel like mentally he's back. Travis Hunter and Trevor Lawrence did have some issues connecting against the Seahawks. You're right about that. But I think he's not a volume touch guy, Travis Hunter. He is a guy who you're going to give it to him when you see him in space and he has the opportunity to break a tackle and take it some distance, which he has done a couple times. He's a low volume, high impact type player, and I think that's what you're going to look for. And his defense has really been where he's brought home bacon.
Well, my follow-up to that is the Buccaneers took Ibuka out of Ohio State and didn't give up draft capital. And he right now, and look, it's 5-6 weeks of action. You got to put the whole resume together. Ibuka has been a better pro than Travis Hunter. He has been a stud. I know he's got a hamstring issue right now. He is. Ibuka, that pick right now looks better than the Travis Hunter pick.
Oh, and what's Ibuka's defensive stats, Mark?
It doesn't. Hey, who is better impact? Look, and Travis Hunter, again, you're absolutely right. We saw it on national TV against the Chiefs, who look like maybe they're starting to figure it out, where, hey, he is catching routes, he's catching the ball, and he's playing the best defender on defense. Again, Hunter's fantastic, but I'd rather take Ibuka right now. That's all
I can't side with that, especially with the way the Jags have been a defense first team and this Jags team has gotten to learn on the fly while winning football games. And Travis Hunter's a big part of that. The Bucs have been taking care of business because they have a better roster, and Ibuka was given the opportunity to be fostered. I think that needs to be pointed out.
When the Jaguars Buccaneers Super Bowl happens, that'll be the sign of the apocalypse. Okay. I would sign up for it. Okay? I would sign up for it. I would. Yeah. Dude,
we'll take the flight together, Mark Moses. Let's go.
Dude, on the bingo card, I did not have the Buccaneers and the Jaguars as contenders. I did not. I thought they both compete. I did not see this coming. And I'm happy. Hey, 2 thumbs up, Siskel and Ebert. I'm all for it, buddy. How about you?
Yeah, I'll be Ebert since I'm the fat guy. I'm down with that. Give me my 2 thumbs up as well, for sure.
I want to throw a stat at you, and I'll let you go.
Bring it.
So, this is the 2-1 with the Bears, okay? Because I'm drinking the Kool-Aid now. All right. So, I don't think the Cleveland Browns have scored 20 points yet in a game, unless I'm mistaken by this. I saw a stat. It's like a joke with Cleveland Browns fans where they said, has your team scored 17 points this year? So it showed 31 teams. Then it showed like 10 baseball teams. Then it showed the Browns. Like, how is that a real stat? How? So they showed on TV, this is how bad the Bears have been. For the first time in 30 years, the Bears have started the season with 5 games, and they've scored 20-plus points in every game. How? Think about how bad offenses have had to be so that this is finally happening. So my question for you is, you look at those quarterbacks in that draft where it's Michael Penix out of Tampa, and you look at what's going on there in New England where they're in first place with their quarterback, and you look at Denver winning football games, and you see how great Washington is, and the Bears maybe have figured out with Caleb Williams. How good is that draft class for quarterbacks? I know it's year 2. Maybe it's not 1983, but what is this exactly, what we've seen so far?
Well, and what they need to take out of 1983 is back then you actually developed quarterbacks then, and this is what's happened with these guys now, right? And granted, I'm still not sold on Drake May yet. He's still an ACC quarterback with an opportunity to fall completely apart. The Bills falling asleep at the wheel, and the Pats' easy schedule is really making them look better than they really are. Let's be clear. One could nix Bo as an opportunity because that's a defense first team. But hey, this is a management guy. I get it. At the end of the day, this class for quarterback hits could be a thing. There's a reason why so many quarterbacks went in that class. And by the way, Penix isn't doing all that bad. He's leading the Fraud Cons, a team that typically struggles, even though they show flashes. and they've played the most defense that they have in a number of years. So I think they're more dangerous than one would think. And if it weren't for Baker Mayfield revitalizing his career in Tampa, they could be running the show in the NFC South.
It's fast. JJ McCarthy's the only one that he's just injury prone. So I like they're playing Carson Wentz. It's so wild.
Yeah, exactly.
They're winning football games with Carson Wentz as their quarterback. That's how crazy that is. It is. Yeah, I'm a little hyped for the NFL from the standpoint of I think this thing is wide open in both conferences.
Oh, for sure.
I like even the game this weekend. I think it's Washington at Dallas, and Dallas is 2-3-1. But I think you know what's funny? If Dallas can win this game, they're still alive in the NFC East. I'm not kidding around. It's so wild. And this is the thing with the Jaguars. If they can win this Sunday and get to 5-2, all right. I don't believe in Buffalo. I think Baltimore is dead in the water. The Chiefs still scare me like they're Jason from Friday the 13th. I think the Jaguars got a chance here. Is your gut kind of feeling that way as well?
Oh, I mean, absolutely. We're a third of the season in, right? I mean, and by the way, I get being down on the Ravens and Bills right now. Those organizations, let's be careful. We are only a third into the season for all intents and purposes. There's an opportunity for them to bounce back. Just like I said, when the 0-2 Chiefs were the 0-2 Chiefs.
Yeah.
And I said even then, because I predicted them to lose week 2, right? The Chargers were week 1. That's right. And I said on the Bolt Blitz Uncut that they're still going to be in the conference championship race down the line, which again, with the win over the Lions, does show a move in the right direction for sure. They're healthier than the Chargers too, by the way.
Yeah. Hey, that's why that Jaguars win against the Chiefs was big. That was a big win. And dude, by the way, I know this gets lost in the shuffle. When the game is over and Mahomes had to try a 70-yard pass, he just flicked the wrist.
Just talent, man. Patrick Levine Mahomes II. He gets 3 name treatment for a reason, Mark Moses. You know this. You did that just so you could hear me say his middle name again, didn't you?
I think you should address me as Mark Gerard Moses.
We can make that a thing. The Bell's a thing. Mark Gerard Moses can be a thing.
I think on the screen, I just do Mark Moses. I think I'm going to put all 3. Every time you come on, I'm going to put all 3 on. All right. What can we check out with all your coverage for the rest of the week, buddy?
Hey, listen, as always, an honor, joy, and privilege to do the thing here with you. You can find me, at the SOTG for all the things Student of the Game on Facebook. Find me on Fans for Sports Network covering the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Orlando Magic. I'm actually going to the preseason game Thursday night with the Hollands in town.
I saw you, dude. I forgot to say this. I saw you at Media Day. It was so busy. It was so busy. I wanted to say hello, and
But you gave me the long distance nod. Like, we tied like that. I knew you said hi. You're fine. That's fine.
Yeah, but they saw me. Here's what happened. So hopefully no one filmed me when every player came to the podium and talked about how they improved their 3-point shooting. Okay. Where I just roll my eyes. Okay. It's every, I'm not saying it's Magic. Every player on the planet who plays basketball, all they think about is, I have to be Steph Curry. Every player, I need to improve my 3-point shot. No, you don't. No, get a rebound. It's okay. We don't have to just shoot threes. I think
the Magic's the exception. They've shown they can grab some boards. They just need to hit some shooting. That's a separate conversation.
Okay, for anyone who's like, oh, I could play NBA basketball, just go hang out with NBA players, and then you'll realize you're Frodo from Lord of the Rings. Including Kyle, who is tall, by the way. Like, you're tall. Don't matter. Doesn't matter.
I am dwarfed by some of them, but yeah. So I mentioned the Orlando Magic, of course, the Duval dive, Mark Moses, me and Travis D. Holmes doing the thing. We're gonna have Marquise Ogden, former Jaguars O lineman, on later tonight on our stream. So Duval Dive YouTube channel, of course, Bolt Blitz Uncut, the instant reaction after those games as well with Booga Peters and company, and then the Black and Gold Banneret covering UCF Night Shift podcast after the game for the instant reaction. I think that's everything.
The post game with you guys is awesome. It is a must because I need an outlet, so I watch it every week.
We do say it's therapy for Night Nation when they lose. Absolutely,
it's the best. I won't lie to you. One of the reasons I got into this business is my love for football post game shows. It's my favorite. There is no holding back. It's in the moment. It's just a bunch of guys yelling, and that's one of the reasons I love it. Okay.
You must love it when it's me and Lopez going at it.
I love it. Kyle, thanks for your help and have a great day. All right, man.
Till next time, everyone, class dismissed.